video series aimed at developing and strengthening your leadership skills. Individuals with a higher IQ are esteemed by the society. They are inventors, they are scientists and great music composers. They all are intellectually intelligent. But how about emotional intelligence? Is it possible to develop emotional intelligence? In this video, I'm going to discuss 4 dimensions by which one can develop emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the capacity to recognize and manage our own emotions and the attempt to respond appropriately to all whom we come into contact. Emotional intelligence is not an automatic act. It is a very intentional, specific, and focused way of developing how one responds emotionally to oneself and also with others. The 4 dimensions of emotional intelligence were originally proposed by Daniel Goleman. They are self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. Let's look at each of these 4 domains of emotional intelligence briefly. First dimension, self-awareness. Self-awareness is becoming aware of our own thoughts and feelings. In other words, it is also said as it is thinking about what we think and thinking about what we feel. Feeling about what we think and feeling about what we feel. As you can tell by now, developing self-awareness requires a lot of conscious, intentional effort. It requires the ability to reflect on one's being and how one interacts and responds to all what happens in one's own heart. Our feelings are contagious. Whether we like it or not, people around us pay attention to how we feel, and the emotions that we display impact and influence those who are around us, whether it be members of our family, colleagues, other team members at our workplace, those in our neighborhood and community, all around us, because they pay constant attention to us and to each other. Our emotions are very contagious. So self-awareness involves being aware of our emotions and how our emotions impact us and our behavior. The second domain is self-management. What do we mean by self-management? Self-management, also known as self-regulation, is the ability to manage one's actions, thoughts, and feelings in a flexible way to get the desired results. How we act, how we think, how we feel, all are input, all lead to a particular outcome as we relate with others. Self-regulation, if done well, can result in a connectedness with the other person or with a group of people. And when that happens, as a leader, you are better able to get the results you desire. The amygdala is a part of our brain that is most connected with emotions. When our emotions are activated, the amygdala sometimes goes into overfunctioning or overdrive. Hence, sometimes when we get emotional or when we get more aware of our feelings, we could either fly, or we could freeze, or we could fight. Hence, the goal of self-management is to recognize when our emotions get activated, or in other words, when our emotions sometimes get hijacked, and to bring the brain back to more clarity and back to a better level of concentration and functioning. We talked about two dimensions of emotional intelligence: self-management and self-awareness. The next two are focused on our awareness of others. So the third dimension of emotional intelligence is social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to accurately notice the emotions, thoughts, and feelings of others and to understand the situation appropriately. As a leader, it's very important to be aware of what your team members are feeling, what their emotions are, and to find the best way to connect with them. This is what's involved in this third dimension of social awareness. Again, we go back to the amygdala, that part of our brain that's most connected with emotions. When the amygdala is activated, it sometimes creates an interconnectional loop so that we constantly pay attention to others. We feel a sense of connectedness to others. So in social awareness, we are intentionally paying attention to what others are thinking, feeling, and what they are being aware of. They give us cues by the words they use, and the words and the body language they use often tell us what they are thinking and particularly what they are feeling. The fourth and final dimension of emotional intelligence, as proposed by Daniel Goleman, is relationship management. Relationship management helps us to bring together the previous three domains and to put it to the best use so that we can manage all the relationships of individuals who are on our team and also at our workplace. It is the ability to take one's emotions, the emotions of others, and the context to create a productive and helpful interaction, not only to you as the leader, but also to those who are your followers. Relationship management helps to influence those around us to make the right decisions. We can sense what others are thinking, feeling, and fine-tune our responses to create a positive interaction. Relationship is not advice giving. It is not blaming others for any errors they make. Rather, it is the attempt to have a meaningful, productive interaction where you as the team leader and your team members, you both can get the desired results. I hope that these four dimensions of emotional intelligence is a helpful resource and helpful tool for you as a leader. I hope that you will take some of these dimensions and put into practice and see for yourself how it helps you in your work as a leader with your team members. You may be able to bring in more effort and more ideas from your own experience into these dimensions, and that will help you enable how you look at emotional intelligence. My hope and desire for you is that you become an emotionally intelligent leader who is well connected to the members of your team. Thank you.